Hello friends. People who own a car suffer every day watching how their car is battered by nature. Dust, wind-borne particles, bird poop, leaves and twigs and branches from trees, tree sap, rain, snow, the hail, all falling on their car. But we have a solution for this, a relatively cheap and easy solution. A car cover. Steve! Yes, I'm talking about you, you little beast! However, some people don't like car covers. They say the dust between the roof and the cover will scratch the paint with the wind. The truth is that when a car travels, especially when there's wind, the paint is permanently struck by dust, particles, bird poop, and insects. Especially at the front, and we can see its effects in the fogginess of our headlights. This loss of transparency is due to the friction caused by particles, insects, and others while traveling. So, objecting to the car covers because they might scratch the paint, in my view, is objecting just to be an objectionist. There is a variety of car covers in the market, but none covers all possible issues. So, when choosing a cover, we must focus on our specific dangers. In my case, my main issue is bird poop and falling twigs and branches, and I'll focus on these. As you must know, bird poop contains acids that break down the paint layer, creating a hub of rust that will grow right through the roof. A small branch that falls on the car can also remove the paint, causing the same effect. To prevent these issues, the only solution is to create a barrier between the car and the trees. If we can't have a garage, our best option is to cover our car with a cloth. However, not all are just as effective. The cheap ones, like this one, are much too thin and lightweight, and the wind plays around with them as if they were feathers. Furthermore, the sun's UV rays damage them very easily, and it won't be long before they get ripped to pieces with the wind. Others are thicker and stronger, but they still can be damaged by the sun, and a strong wind will pick them up and throw them away just as easily. Some include an elastic hem, but if it doesn't have a perfect fit, it will be of little use. If it's too big or too small, the wind will blow it away. Without doubt, this issue, flying away, is the main problem of these car covers, but the manufacturers keep on making them without proper wind straps. In consequence, users have had to come up with solutions, inventing their own. They have invented plastic clips, they have added grommets, or even long strips to tie up the whole car cover. However, I believe our best options are things we can do ourselves. Sew on wind straps or loops. We sew long shoelaces to the car cover, just where the wheels should lie, and we tie them to any available part. The issue with this system is that you may need a tool to get the shoelace around the spokes, because using your fingers in some cases may not be very easy. The other option is to sew some loops onto the car cover, just in front of the front wheels and just behind the rear wheels. And we tie the loops under the body of the car with enough tension so it doesn't get loose. In my view, this is the best system. It's simple and easy to tie and get loose. Well, I hope you like my solutions. Now birds will be no problem. But there's more. But there's more. Wind is not the only problem. Very few car covers can avoid water getting onto the paint. The breathable ones let water through, and the waterproof ones stop water from getting out. So, no matter what cover you have, humidity will get onto the paint, something that can bring rust. So, after it rains, we will have a wet car cover and a wet car, as well as a mix of leaves, acid rain, bird poop, little branches and dirt all over the cover. To avoid any corrosion, we have to wash and dry both the car and the cover. Washing the car is easy, but washing the cover can be a real mess. Will you take your car to the car wash with a car cover on it? Not a good idea, even with a little window to see where you're going. First of all, we'll take off all the branches and leaves. Then we leave it soaking in water with detergent for a few hours to remove the bird poop. We may have to brush those square meters of cloth, and if we're lucky, it won't look too bad once it's dry. For this reason, I think it's a good idea to have two covers. One for the rain, and the other the replacement after drying the car. Finally, my last advice. If you live in a place where hail can be an issue, or climate change brings golf balls falling from the sky, maybe it's a good idea to put something between the cover and the roof. Maybe these sunshades or a blanket over the roof and over the bonnet. You might still get a dent, but it will be minor damage. Well, I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please remember, give it a thumbs up, share it, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Bye bye.